Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. I'm doing my 2 reviews again. We have done a little spontaneous one early. So, me and Adam from Mersey Beers in Liverpool, we did a fruit sour by One Drop out of Sydney. It's pretty cool that he could get a beer like that over there. So, yeah, it was a bit. I was just cooking up dinner and had a shower, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to do a review in 20 minutes?" I'm like, "Fair enough, let's do it." Because yeah, we just both happened to have that same beer, so worked out good. So anyway, I've got 2 absolute bangers tonight, especially the second one. But yeah, first up, I've got a triple India Pale Ale, West Coast leaning, called SIMTRA. It's got a fair bit of hype, this beer. It's sort of like knee deep's answer to like Pliny and that sort of thing. It's 11.25%. And yeah, obviously the name is telling you what hops are in it. Simcoe and Citra. So knee deep are from Auburn, California. And yeah, when I first got into craft beer, these guys were like pretty big in Australia. I don't know why, we just seem to get good distribution of their stuff. I seem to have had more of their beers than most Americans have. But yeah, I recently went to a tap takeover and they had these guys and Salamaker. And yeah, both were really good. But yeah, I had to get this beer again, revisit it, put it on the channel. I've got a Future Brewing glass I'm going to drink out of. One of my favourite Sydney breweries. Let's get into it. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend so far. So yeah, Saturday night here, 11:14. Ramjet is the beer I'm doing next, which is a huge barrel-aged imperial stout. Bit of a cult classic here in Australia. They have an actual day for it, which was a few weeks ago, and then they've just released the bottles. So I picked up the OG version, so the 2025 Ramjet, and I've also got the Black Forest edition. So I'm going to do Ramjet after this beer. Looks good in the glass. Actually, I'll fill it up a little bit more. Got to top her right up. Cheers, Phil. Welcome back. I heard that open. Yeah, boy. So, yeah, 2 massive beers tonight, Phil. Got a big triple West Coast IPA, and then I've got a barrel-aged Impy Stout, which is this beer here. So, colour, I would say it's like a medium straw. Looks more sort of, there we go. That's fairly accurate. Probably looks a bit darker in the camera. Medium carbonation. Quite a few bubbles rising there. About a 2-finger white head. And I would say medium body. For like a triple West Coast, it's fairly light in colour. Probably goes to show it's going to be more of like a bready, biscuity, maybe grainy malt body. But yeah, let's give it a whiff. Surprisingly, not much aroma. Please tell me the can is in good condition. Yeah, I'm not getting much on the nose at all. So when I've had this beer in the past, it's generally very citrus and piney. Yeah, it's just very subtle on the nose. I feel like, yeah, all I'm really getting is like white bread and maybe a little touch of like orange and grapefruit. Oh, God, I hope it tastes better than it smells. Cheers, Jimmy. Good to see you, brother. Sweaty undies. Didgeridoo. Yeah, so not much smell to it, boys. I'm hoping first sips is coats the tongue with pine and bitterness. Let's do it. Fingers crossed it's okay. Cheers. Yeah, boy. Why does it not smell? On the palate, it is amazing. It's exactly what I want, but I could not smell anything. It's pine for days, like epic hashtag epic amounts of pine. Very like woodsy, very yeah, like cedar like resinous, even like yeah, slight sort of like cannabis vibe. More of like a spruce tip, sort of dry pine. Pithy grapefruit, touch of like orange and tangerine. Certainly leans more like green and foresty than like fruity. Oh, it's delightful. Very bitter. I feel like the IBUs would be fairly high. I think these guys actually talk about the IBUs on the can. Yeah. So check this shit out. That is huge. They reckon the human palate doesn't detect anything over 100. Who knows? Good to see you again, bro. So yeah, I got two bangers tonight, and I was slightly concerned when I smelt this, but it's exactly how I remember it. So this was one of the first big American craft beers I ever had. Probably back in would have been around 2014, 2015, somewhere like that. I was exposed to like the likes of Sierra Nevada, Rogue, um, Oscar Blues. Um, what were the? Can anyone out there remember the real narrow cans? They were sort of shaped like a Red Bull, real thin. I reckon they had a star or something on the. I can't remember the brewery's name, but they were pretty big as well. So yeah, if you like your West Coast boys, this is a banger. But being honest, as good as this beer is, it's all a lead up to this bad boy. Look at that beanie. Oh yeah. I can't wait. All day. I pretty much wasted my morning because I stayed up all night waiting to have drinks with certain people and they didn't show. Wasted my Saturday morning sleeping. And then I've been doing a bit of cooking and some other stuff this afternoon. And yeah, I was like, what beer can I have tonight? I've got so much good shit in the fridge. And then I'm like, ooh, I haven't had Ramjet yet. It's that time. So Ramjet's huge. It's like they pair up with the best sort of whiskey distiller in the country. And yeah, they do like whiskey barrel age. Like it's a really good sort of. It's almost like a Russian Imperial Stout in like whiskey barrels. Sort of like Australia's answer to a Goose Island, Bourbon County, that sort of thing. And it's got a lot of hype to it. Comes out every year, and then they have different variants. So yeah, this year I've got the OG version, and then the variant this year was a Black Forest edition. So yeah, that'll be pretty good. So yeah, as good as this beer is, and I'm loving it, I'm just like so excited for this next beer. It's weird doing it. I'm going to be doing it at midnight. Yeah. Ah, you're good, brother. Yeah, it was good. Like, at least I was hanging with Bumpy last night. He's a good bloke. But yeah, one of my mates that was meant to join, he went and got beers and fell asleep. And then the other mate just had other stuff going on. And yeah, I like if I had my time back, I would have just went to bed after I did those reviews. And then I would have been up and about early today and not wasted my first half of my day off. Yeah, sleeping. Still a decent stream though. Good people like yourself in the chat. God, this beer is good. I don't really get that. Like, there's a little bit of dankness, but you'd probably expect more. Quite often with these beers, I've described it as like sort of a wet versus a dry forest. I feel like this one's more of a dry, and I seem to get more of like a woody sort of spruce tip character with the pine instead of like damp and dank and like forest floor, like everything's wet. Sort of hard to describe. But yeah, Simcoe and Citra, two great American hops, been around for years. Yeah, no, this is an American brewery. I think they were called like 6 Point or something like that. They had narrow cans. they I think they had a beer called, I think they actually had a beer called Resin. But yeah, they were one of the. I'm just trying to think of some of the original American breweries I tried. The original Australian ones I tried would have been Feral, Mountain Goat, probably Moondog, Stone and Wood, Pirate Life, Hawkers. There's one in South Australia I'm thinking of. Cheers, Bill. Good to see you, bro. Was watching a bit of your guitar work the other day. Just had you playing in the background while I was at work. I was like, ooh, this sounds good. Do you miss being in a band, dude? I could imagine it would have been good times. I'm on another knee deep too, brother. This is probably the pick of the bunch. Very big. I'm going to be mashed. I had a fruit sour with my mate from Liverpool. This is 11.25%. And yeah, massive IBU as well, 131. And then after that, I'm having an epic barrel aged Impy Stout, which is 10.7. 3 beers and I'll be loose. So yeah, the Ramjet had wax on it. And you know what wax can be like. Sometimes it's easy as, other times you're there fucking around with it for half a day. I was like, I'm going to dig at it straight away as soon as I take the photo, just in case. Yeah, for sure. It'd be such a cool thing. See, I've played a bit of guitar over the years. I wouldn't have the same skills as you, not as advanced as you, but like dabbled a fair bit. I always wish I had just had a crack in a band for a while. Even if I was just playing rhythm, like just playing classic rock stuff. I'd do a little bit of rhythm guitar and backup vocals. That'd be me. Plenty of energy on stage. Yeah, I'd assume you've probably had it before. Nah, what's the South Australian brewery I had? I can't think what they're called. They've never been anything special. They're just that solid craft brewery. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a winery that's a craft brewery as well. I just can't think of what they're called. Cheers, Evie. Good to see you, mate. I did a spontaneous review before, so a lot of people probably missed it. Me and Adam from Liverpool, we did a fruit sour together. So yeah, that was pretty nice. We both enjoyed that. It was good doing a Sydney sour beer with a guy that's from Liverpool in the UK. So it was pretty cool. um, and then yeah, tonight I was like, I want to do at least one hyped beer. It's a Saturday night. Here I am doing two bangers. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Yeah. Yes. Evie, have you eaten? Please tell me you've eaten. I have too. I had a huge I had a huge bowl of spaghetti bolognese. I wish I had garlic bread. I was craving garlic bread with it and I didn't have any. Even a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. I didn't have any of that either. But yeah, it was good. I like to put a lot of spice in my spaghetti bolognese. I feel like if I was cooking it for someone else, I'd have to go less on the spice. You heard. You heard it right here. Right here, right now. Yeah, bro. So this one here, this is sort of Australia's answer to Bourbon County, but it's not a big conglomerate company. It's a fairly small Melbourne brewery, but this beer's got a lot of hype to it. So it's called Ramjet, and it's in Starwood barrels. Starwood are probably our best whiskey distiller here in Australia. So both Melbourne companies, and yeah, it comes out every year around July, August. And whenever it comes out, they always just have the standard version like this, which everyone fucking loves. And then they have some variants as well. So the variant they've got this year is a Black Forest edition. So it'll have a lot of that dark fruit character. But yeah, so that'll be coming up after I do the SIMTRA bill. I'm really looking forward to it. Hence the beanie. See the beanie, bro? That's why I put the silly photo up as my thumbnail. Yeah. So yeah, the ABV on the Impy Stout is 10.7. And then on this, it's like 11. This one's even higher than the Impy Stout. 11.25. So, with two beers, I'm going to be pretty lubricated. Hopefully, I sleep well tonight. Good beer, guys. If anyone sees that out in the wild, I say claim it. Yeah, cool, isn't it? Just simple but effective. That's what you like with that sort of shit. And I've even got the official glassware. So that's the Boat Rocker logo at the front. And then see on the back, Ramjet. Look at me, I'm like a fanboy. I got the beanie, the glass. I've even got a t-shirt. I don't have the t-shirt on, but I do have a t-shirt as well. Now they have a day. As I said, it's got that much hype to it. They have an actual day called Ramjet Day, and everyone goes to the brewery and like tries all the variants and has a heap of like whiskies and other beers from Boat Rocker, and they have like nibbles with it. Quite often they'll have a bakery there doing like sort of desserty stuff that utilizes the beer or the whiskey. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a shit for me because it's on the other side of Melbourne. So for me to go to Ramjet Day, I'd pretty much have to stay the night in that area. So I've never actually been before. But what they used to do is they used to have an online pack, and it was that good. I remember one year you'd open up the pack and it'd start playing the theme song from Chariots of Fire. And it'd have like the original Ramjet, the variants, and then even a little taster of the whiskey by itself. And you got like a gingerbread man that was utilizing Ramjet and like just so cool. It's a shame they got rid of that pack. Like, yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, I think they sort of had it during the pandemic, obviously, because people weren't able to celebrate the day in real life. So yeah, it was good how they did it for people at home. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the old 5 star. So one thing that is unreal, every year for probably the last maybe 7 or 8 years, I've bought 2 Ramjets plus the variants as well. So what I've done, I've got a cellar with beers. Every year's release for the last 7 years, I've got Ramjets. So yeah, there's a big like I could do a lot. I could do a show one time where I've got a lineup of like Ramjet from I think it's like 2016 through to like 2025. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. It'd actually be worth a fair bit of money, all of them together. So yeah, that was always my aim. I wanted to do like a review one time where I do a heap of Ramjets together, like all the different years, and see how they've aged. Long neck. I hope it tastes better than a long neck. Although I don't mind the old BB. Yeah, boy. Good to see you. This is banging, dude. We've definitely had this beer back in the day, but weirdly enough, the aroma, I got nothing, absolutely nothing. I was smelling it just like, oh no, I think this beer's not going to be right. The can's a bit old. But yeah, first sip, I'm like, welcome back, baby. Hope you're well, dude. Yeah, for sure. Doozies. Yeah. They even like used to have a Ramjet playlist and but yeah, the box that they used to have and then play Chariots of Fire, that was so cool. I've still got the original box. I need to try and get a battery for it so it plays the song again. Because every time you'd open it, it'd play the song, so it soon died. Yeah. The t-shirt's a bit worn out. I wear it to work all the time. It's particular clothes that I wear underneath when I go to work, and it's like I shouldn't be wearing them. Yeah, definitely. Like I wanted Adam to try Ramjet, but stupidly we tried it right at the end of the night when we'd had beers all day, and it just wasn't the right time to try it. I sort of wish he had taken it home with him because yeah, he's like got to experience one of Australia's best beers, and yeah, just wasn't the right time to do it. Yeah. So they've even got a beer called Roger Ramjet as well. Um, I'm trying to think of what the difference is. I've got a feeling Roger Ramjet might be aged in something different than the Starwood whiskey. And then they've got Fat Santa and Fat Bunny. So they're the same sort of base but added chocolate and like vanilla bean and a few other things. Yeah. Yeah, those of you that don't know Mark, he's like an actual mate in real life. Unfortunately, he barracks for the same shit football team I do. Oh, really? Geez, Phil, I would have thought you would have had quite a few sort of stouts and that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a big percentage for a pale ale though. And for me, it it hides the booze pretty well. I'm not getting any like alcohol burn or anything like that. Yeah, cheers, Evie. Hit the old thumbs up if you haven't already. Evie and Henry are like my promo kings, my marketing gurus. Yeah. How are we going to go without Goodwin, Wilco? Hopefully they pull their fingers out next couple of weeks. It's such a weird season, though. Like, even Collingwood looks sluggish at the moment. Yeah. I've heard that a lot of people, especially if they're not used to drinking big ABV beers, they'll go on like trips to Belgium and sit in these like Belgian bars and really lap it up and enjoy it. And the beers go down like water. And then all of a sudden you'll get up and go to the toilet or you're going home or going to get a feed or whatever. And you're just loose as trying to walk on like cobblestone footpaths. And oh, that'd be so cool. I'd absolutely love to go to some of those beer cities in Europe. Yeah. Yeah, we've certainly got a decent list. Hopefully we get a decent coach. Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, yeah, it's amazing. Like, if I was blind tasting this, straight away I know like West Coast IPA, huge like pine. Um, but yeah, I'll have a taste and see what I think. I would honestly say around the sort of probably 8.5 to 9%. That's sort of what I get. It's got like it's sort of initially smooth mouthfeel, but then it's like got a bit of that sort of prickly as it goes down. But yeah, just very well brewed, well crafted. The balance is unreal for something so big. It just goes to show, like, yeah, years in the like industry, and just keeping it same and like, yeah, just solid as fuck. Cheers, Phil. Yeah. Sometimes you can get a double West Coast or a double hazy from a brewery, and yeah, you get the alcohol straight away, and you're like, this is terrible. The malt's real unbalanced. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of skill involved getting beers right. So, has anyone got any decent plans for this weekend? So, my mate Adam, that yeah, we just did the fruit sour together. Very spontaneous, but yeah. Anyway, he was off to a wedding. He's always at weddings every weekend. I remember when I gave him some of the awesome beers when he came to Australia. When he got home, we were talking about when we're going to review them. And he goes, oh, I'll probably be able to do the Mountain Culture Bottle Logic in like September, and then maybe this one then. I'm like, that's like fucking 2 months away. What the fuck are you on about? He's like, oh, I've just got weddings like nearly every weekend. Wow. It's like, yeah, I don't want this beer to end because the next beer is so good. It's like, oh well. Should see my fridge, Wilco. There's so much good shit in there. I'll tell you, two breweries you need to try real bad, dude. Is I don't know if you've probably had a little bit from them, maybe, but Future and Kicks are fucking killing it. Two Sydney breweries that are just epic at the moment. Unfortunately, I honestly think I've always thought Melbourne was the best beer city in Australia as far as quality goes, but I think now it's Sydney. I think they've overtaken us. They've just got sort of sheer numbers of quality now, more than what we have. So yeah, I got Kicks just had their second birthday, and yeah, I got all the birthday beers, and I haven't reviewed them yet, but I have tried them. Um, and all I can say is, wow, I can't wait to review them. And then yeah, I've got Futures for brand newies, so a lot of times now with those sort of beers, I'm just doing them as a big review show where I do every beer. it's pretty cool. It's a good way to drink them, like, because I sort of think like if I'm just chilling at home on a weekend and I want a couple of beers, it's like, well, if I've got the latest beers from one brewery and I'm going to have a couple of beers anyway, it's like, why not just do a video where I review all their beers from that week? It works out well, and you can obviously sort of just sit and chat for an hour or two. So yeah, me and Mark are going to a sour beer festival in a few weeks. We've done it every year, I think, for the last, I don't know, it's been a couple. I think there might have been a year where it wasn't on, but yeah, it's been awesome. Speaking of that too, dude, I might be changing shift at work, so I've just let them know at work that I can't work Friday night. So I might either, if I am rostered, I don't know if I'm going to be Friday morning or Friday Arvo roster yet. Obviously, if I'm Friday morning, it doesn't affect me. But if I'm Arvo, I'm either going to take the full shift off or just work like half the shift. So then I can still come down to Geelong. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't mind golf, but yeah, I haven't played it for years. Um, but yeah, for me, golf was like a social thing. It's just an excuse to hang out with your mates and have a couple of beers. So I think it's beer that's the winner. We like in our hometown, we had the university course, and it was a lot cheaper, and that's where sort of all the hacks played. So we'd get a group of people and go out there. It was always fun. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever become one of those people that plays golf all weekend. It's just not me. I think a lot of people do it just for like status because they associate golf as being like someone that's wealthy and yeah, it's got a bit of a pompous sort of ring to it. When it comes to sport, I'd definitely rather go to a game of footy than be out playing golf. So those of you that are having a beer right now, what are you drinking? Oh, this SIMTRA is so good. Oh, it's been a bit like I just can't get over how good this week's been. As far as like just, I've really enjoyed the streams. There's been like some really good conversations, good banter. Like just a lot of people have been returning every night, which makes it cool. That's what I want. When you get that good, solid community and everyone's sort of like we're all going to the same pub together. But yeah, just the quality of beers I've had this week too has been awesome. I'm hoping Sleep Token go, oh, let's do a tour in Australia. I really want to see him. It's amazing how, like, yeah, I've always been one of those people that once I get into something, I dive in real deep and like love it. And Yeah, like I've obviously got into them late compared to a lot of people. I mean, there's still a lot of people out there that don't even know them. But yeah, I've got into them later, and now I'm like a huge fan and like know all their old shit and everything. And it's like I just want to see them live now. Like I'm so keen, and it's like I want to recommend them to other people and tell them how good they are. Like there was a guy at work the other day. He's like an older dude. He's middle aged, but like older than me. And anyway, he's always asking me about beers because he loves just hearing about my passion for beer, but he also loves hearing about my music as well. And he comes up and he's like, "Oh, recommend me some new music to listen to." So I was telling him about these guys, and he's like, "That sounds really good." So I was telling him how there's songs where it's like there'd be like some piano ballady sort of thing going on, and then all of a sudden there'd be like metalcore riffs and huge drums, and then it'll break out into like a cello. It's like that's amazing. Cool. Good name, Tribute. This is the greatest and best song in the world. Tribute. That was a brilliant song when that come out. It's a shame those two aren't together anymore. And it was Australia where it ended too. Buddy Kyle saying some inappropriate stuff about the current president. Yeah. Yeah, that's unreal that they toured with them. I've heard they've supported like North Lane, couple of other sort of metalcore bands, and someone said they recently supported Linkin Park somewhere. Cheers, Matt. Welcome in, bro. Yeah, hide it, go away. That's cool. Oh, Budvar, did you get some from Aldi? I seen it in Aldi the other day. I was like, oh, I've got to get some. They didn't have much there though. I reckon if I went back there now, it'd be all gone. Yeah, they got like Polana, Schofferhofer, quite a few different brew dogs, and then I seen yeah, they had like fucking Great Northern and Carlton Dry and that there. I'm like, that's weird having them in Aldi. And then yeah, I seen Budvar. I'm like, ooh, I like you, you little check baby. What's the Paths of Desire like? I've got one garage project beer in the fridge. It's a collab with a Taiwanese brewery. I'm like, that's pretty cool. The bottle shop I bought it at, the main bar guy said it was a really good beer. Like it's sort of one that went under the radar. Yep. Yeah, I think what was the 4 pack was it like $13 or something like that? Oh yeah, cool. Welcome in too, bro. Yeah, one beer, guys. If I can recommend an awesome macro beer, try the Sapporo Dark. Sapporo Black. It's like a phenomenal dark lager. Like, it really surprised me how good it is. I would probably rate it as one of my favourite macro beers of all time. It's in like a silver can that's like a real weird shape. It's sort of shaped like a hexagon sort of thing. Like, it's got more than sort of, it's not round, and it's sort of got like jagged edges. Yeah, get yourself a flamethrower. Cool. Yeah. Fucking oath. Yeah, when I did the review of it recently, I was like, wow. And another beer that really surprised me, or not really, because I had it, it did surprise me when I had it at the brewery because someone recommended it to me. If anyone out there likes an American stout, so a real hoppy stout, Kicks Brewing does just a basic 5.7 American stout. I reviewed it last night, but I also had it at the brewery because the bar manager at Bracket sort of knew my palate, and he goes, try this beer when you go to Kicks. And I went to Kicks after I went to Bracket. This is like a few months ago when I was in Sydney. Anyway, I did a can of the Kicks beer last night just to revisit it and hope that it was as good. It's the best American stout I've had by a mile. It's fucking phenomenal. Um, yeah, I think Steve ended up ordering some after he heard me talking about it. But yeah, just so good. Like, if you love roastiness and hoppiness, you just combine the two, and that's exactly what it was. And then it was like low in ABV, so you could have like four of them and still feel good. So yeah, because it's midnight now, guys, and I've been going for nearly 50 minutes. I'm going to wrap this one up, and we'll do the ramjet. Let's get on to the main event, shall we? So yeah, really looking forward to this beer. Hence my beanie and my proper glassware. So yeah, I'll wrap this one up. I better give a score for SIMTRA, but yeah, catch me in about 5-10 minutes, and we'll drink this delight together. Um, I'm gonna say, revisiting this and my love for West Coast these days, I'm probably going to score it even higher than what I would have back in the day. I'm going to go a 4.6 out of 5. I think this is an absolute stonker. So yeah, if you love a huge West Coast, I think Knee Deep are underrated when it comes to their beers in general. I think they're probably just hard to get on the east side of America. That's where a lot of my mates are up in the northeast, so they haven't had access to these beers. Here I am in Australia drinking them. So yeah, about a 4.6, fucking banging. If you like huge bitterness, huge sort of epic amounts of pine, resin, like that woody sort of quality. It's got a little bit of citrus to it, but it's definitely more about the forest, I think, than the fruits. So yeah, get it, India. I'm out, and we'll be back shortly. If you haven't hit the like button, feel free to do so. And yeah, come join me for a nice little impy stout. Cheers, peeps.